Heyhoo und willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. Es geht weiter mit Yoimiyas Quest. Legendenauftrag. Nicht, dass ich wieder Legendenquest sage. Und, wir müssen dafür nach hinten. Ups. Hier hin. Ans Fenster klopfen? Ah, stimmt. Der Typ da.
The boat is ready and waiting. I'll mark the location for you on the map. Before you leave, I recommend that you pack some food and water. You can never be too prepared.
Du willst nicht gehen?
After how much effort it took to get back in, it's hard to convince myself to leave again. Especially when I'll be going up against the stormy ocean on a tiny little boat. My prospects don't look great.
Well, they won't look much better if you get caught by the Tenryou Commission. I'm afraid that sooner or later they are going to find you here. Time is starting to run out.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to get out of here before they come. I promise I won't cause you and your family any more trouble.
I didn't mean it like that. If we ever ran into any problems, I'm sure I'd figure something out. But if the Tenryou Commission does catch up to you, then make a run for the boat.
Okay, I won't let them catch me. But... no, I guess this whole trip was a waste in the end.
Wieso?
Why did you want to come back to Inazuma anyway? Is there something you wanted to do?
I didn't used to like this place at all. That's why I left. But looking back on things now, I was really just running away from my responsibilities. Once I started to realize that, I got restless. I couldn't stop thinking about the people and the things I'd left behind. So forget it. What does it matter now? It's too late anyway. I originally wanted to make up for all my regrets, but instead, I found myself in the situation I'm in now.
What a pity.
Talk to us about it. Maybe we could...
Ja.
If only there was no Sakoku decree, huh? Anyway, don't worry. We're not going to bother you about it. We'll keep trying to buy you as much time as possible until you reach your final decision. The Tenryou Commission. If only they weren't so overzealous, there might be a way. Oh, that's right! That elderly couple, old customers of ours, their son's in the Tenryou Commission, isn't he? Yeah, quite high up as well. That's it. I'll go talk to them. Maybe they can do something.
Are you sure they won't just report me instead?
Wir hoffen mal
Don't worry about that. They're really nice people. I know them well. They won't cause us any issues.
Ich hoff's.
Right. You should get back indoors, Sakujiro. We'll be back in no time at all. Okay, let's go. Time waits for no one. Wait, hang on. What about the fireworks? All those materials? There's so many orders to finish. Pots? Pots? No, never mind. I know. I'll write him a note telling him to sort out the fireworks.
Yoimiya beendet zügig das Schreiben und ja.
Why did you cut
Okay.
Paimon off earlier?
Because what he needs isn't an answer. Just time.
War das alles? Ich dachte, die sagen jetzt noch irgendwas. Okay, ich fand das... Hä? Also, dieser Typ ist extra hergekommen, ne? Er hat erstmal hat er hier alles verlassen, kam dann wieder... Was war das da oben? Er hat es hier verlassen, kam dann wieder, wollte irgendwie seine Verantwortung übernehmen und Leuten sich entschuldigen, Dinge wieder gut machen. Und am Ende geht er einfach wieder. Das war's? Ich verstehe nicht, was war seine Mission und warum... Es klang auch ein bisschen so, als würde Yoimiya das absichtlich halt nicht ihn helfen lassen, damit er selber irgendwie das macht. Aber ich finde allgemein Inazuma irgendwie manchmal sehr, sehr, sehr seltsam. Da. Hey, Pieps. Ich muss die noch anreden.
Well, if it isn't Yoimiya. Come on in, dear. Come and take a seat. Are these two your friends?
Yes, they're travelers from afar. Outsiders have a very difficult time getting into Inazuma nowadays.
Indeed, these are unprecedented times. But seeing as they came all this way, we locals should give them a warm welcome.
Oh, before I forget, I brought the fireworks that you ordered.
Oh, thank you, dear. Your family is so good to us every year. First your father, and now you. I wonder if I'll still be around to see the next hair of Naganohara fireworks.
Of course you will. You're both in great health. Don't say things like that. It's bad luck.
We aren't as young as we once were, though. The body knows it. It used to be that I could spend all day working the land, carrying water back and forth. But now, even a moment of light work leaves me with all sorts of aches and pains.
Und deshalb fühle ich
I
mich
wanted
alt.
to do some weeding yesterday, but as soon as I bent down to get started, I suddenly felt that if I went any further, I wouldn't be able to get back up again.
No worries. Say no more. We'll handle it.
No, no, no. We can't be putting you to work when you're a guest in our home. I'll just go fetch the tea and some snacks, and then we'll
Der sieht doch
continue our
genauso aus wie dieser
conversation.
Schmied.
It's fine. It's not like it's the first time I've helped you with chores. I just haven't had much time recently with the fireworks show coming up. But once that's out of the way, I'll be sure to come by more often.
It's no trouble, really. We don't mind helping.
Oh, you're such good kids. As for mine, he's all grown up now. Hasn't found anyone yet. And he doesn't visit very often.
Oh.
If you're quite sure it's no trouble, then I have some pickled radish here. Would you mind delivering it to Satoru on the other side of the village?
Da wollen wir auch eh hin.
Sure. It won't take us a moment. The old folks aren't very mobile, so come on, let's help them out. We'll get rid of the weeds first and then deliver the pickled radish.
Warum steht da jetzt Rettich? Die haben doch Radieschen gesagt. Okay, und wo das Ganze... Unkraut. Was mache ich da? Ah, okay, ich zerschlag's einfach nur. Ja, gut, das kann ich gut.
Yeah, you
Whoa.
got it. And that should just about do it. Satoru is on the other side of the village. Let's go see him now.
Ah, der ist ja direkt hier. Okay, und ich hoffe, du kannst uns helfen.
Hey, Satoru. How have you been? Keeping well?
Yeah, same as usual. Not much has changed. You're looking full of life, as always.
All thanks to the support of our loyal customers, the family business just keeps getting better and better. We sold some fireworks to Liyue a while back, and word is they were a real hit. So it looks like we'll be getting more business from over there in the future.
That must mean a lot more work for you, though. Are you sure you and Mr. Ryunosuke can manage? If it gets too much, don't forget, you can always ask me for help.
Der klingt sehr
We
nett.
should be fine. I think we can cope. Oh, yeah. This is some pickled radish from Mrs. Imatani.
Oh, wow, thank you so much. I never used to be a fan of pickled radish, would you believe? But then I tried some of Mrs. Imatani's homemade stuff and I couldn't get enough of it. It's a family staple now.
Speaking of your family, how's everyone doing?
They're doing well. We have the
Yeah.
occasional heated argument, but I guess that's every family
Ist
ever.
der nicht der Sohn von denen?
Being close to family is better than never getting to see them, even if it does mean putting up with some conflict. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Imatani seem to have a great relationship, but still, they must get lonely with their child never visiting.
Das ist... Na, okay, doch nicht.
It didn't seem that way to me. I think they're just used to it. You make a good point, though. I should drop by more often in the future. That way, they won't get so bored.
Oh, I'm sure they'd love that, as would all of us in Konda Village. You're always welcome here.
Thank you. Now that we finished all the chores, it's
Jetzt können
time
wir
to
zu
talk
dem
to
Typen hin.
Imatanis about Sakujuro.
Sakujuro. Sakujuro. Kann ich auch sagen, aber klingt wie blöd. Okay, jetzt gucken die auch beide in die Richtung, also stellen wir uns mal so hin.
That was quick. Ah, young people are so handy.
Achso.
Younger people have bundles of energy, and older
Ja.
people have a wealth of wisdom. Each have their strengths.
Ich habe beides nicht.
Speaking of youth,
Nein.
you know what?
War nur Spaß.
It's been 50 years this year.
Oh,
Goldene
so it
Hochzeit.
has. Goodness, how the time flies. You barely notice as the years go by, but then suddenly 50 years have passed.
Oh.
50 years since what? Some important day?
Achso, ich dachte wirklich.
Well, if you must know, it was 50 years ago, back in the days when this young lady was still trying to win me over, that...
Oh, stop trying to impress them. We both know you were the one who was hopelessly smitten
No.
and desperately trying to win my affection.
Well, maybe you're right. 50 years ago, I proposed to my wife at the Naganohara fireworks show. We've been together ever since.
Oh, das ist so goldig. Sowas will halt wirklich jeder erreichen. So. Ah. Also denke ich mal, ne? Jetzt nicht jeder, aber. Oh. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Du solltest ja stolz sein auf das, was du hast. Herzlichen Glückwunsch an euch beide.
To tell the truth, I was still a little uncertain. I wasn't sure what I was doing when I walked into the Naganohara's shop and ordered my firework. Even as it was rising up into the sky, I still had no clue what I was going to say. But then it exploded, the sky lit up. I looked back at her and saw her eyes twinkling in the light of the fireworks. Before I knew what was happening, apparently, I'd already said it. And, well, she'd said yes.
50 years. In some ways, it's a long time. In others, it's no time at all. Really, it's just a number. But 50 years of being together? Now that is something worth commemorating.
I had no idea it was your 50th anniversary. If I'd known, I would have made some extra fancy fireworks just for you.
Oh no, it's quite all right. We always set off the same firework every year. It wouldn't be the same without it. Seeing that firework go off takes us right back to those days. Even at this age, we still look back with not a single regret.
Eternal.
Ah, what a great relationship they have.
Enough about us, though. Yoimiya, aren't you busy with the fireworks show coming
Oh,
up?
stimmt. Ups.
Was there something you needed to discuss?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to talk about, but here goes.
Ja, wegen dem Sohn, bla bla.
Sakujiro. So he came back.
Huh? You know him?
He was our boy's best friend when they were young.
Oh.
They were inseparable. They grew up together, shared everything with each other, and went everywhere together. But one day, they had a terrible argument.
Sakujiro seemed to feel that Inazuma was too peaceful, and wanted to see what the outside world was like. But our Keisuke took after his father and mother. He felt that there was nothing wrong at all with being peaceful. You know what children are like. They get terribly worked up about these sorts of things. In the end, Sakujiro stormed off, and that was that.
I see.
Keisuke said nothing to me or my wife about the fight. We could sense that he was very hurt by it, but he didn't want to talk with us about how he was really feeling. Eventually, whether out of pent-up anger or for some other reason, he joined the Tenryou Commission. He rarely comes home anymore.
If it was anything else, I could talk to Keisuke, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. But since it's Sakujiro, I don't feel there's any way we can get involved.
What a strange coincidence. Who'd have thought?
I understand now. When I asked Sakujiro why he came back, he just said because of past mistakes and wasn't
Ja.
willing to elaborate.
Das war's dann
Now I
wahrscheinlich.
finally understand why he can't decide what to
Aber
do.
vielleicht müssen die sich treffen.
Two best buddies in childhood. One grows up to join the Tenryou Commission, the other grows up to join the Tenryou Commission's most wanted list.
Ich denke, das ist Schicksal. Ich hätte es auch nie gedacht. Klingt schon ein bisschen nach Schicksal.
Well, no worries. If that's the case, then never mind. We can find some other way to help Sakujiro. There's no need to make things difficult for you. This sounds like something for Sakujiro and Keisuke to resolve between themselves.
Yes. It'd be so nice if they could go back to the way things were.
I think after all these years, they ought to let go of their grudges.
Well, can't say we didn't try. I'll let Sakujiro know after we get back.
Ich würde sagen, wir reden noch einmal mit Sakujiro. Und wer ist denn das? Okay, hi. Wir reden noch einmal mit Sakujiro und dann beende ich die Folge.
Yoimiya, something bad's happened. Some people from the Tenryou Commission came by.
Huh? Why? Do they know?
Ich hoffe nicht.
Pops, are you alright? They didn't do anything to you, did they?
I told them the show was starting soon and the place was filled with fireworks, so they shouldn't go in because it's a fire hazard. But they didn't listen. It seemed like they knew Sakujiro was inside. Luckily, Sakujiro heard them coming in time and managed to escape through the window. The Tenryou Commission wasn't able to capture him.
Oh, this is bad news. I don't think Sakujiro had enough time to make his mind up. Pops, did you see where he went? Oh, the Tenryou Commission will definitely be chasing after him.
Hast du einen ihrer Namen mitbekommen?
Good point. Names. Reading names. Suddenly showing up like this. Surely it must be Keisuke's doing. The Commission wouldn't normally cause this big of a fuss over a stowaway.
Sorry, my ears are no good. And I didn't get a good look at them either. If you're wondering which way they went, they left the city. I wish I'd caught their names. But I didn't hear a thing.
As it happens, I did. I was getting some ore from my friend's place and happened to bump into them on the way over. I think their leader's name was Keisuke, just like you said.
Just as I thought. Thanks. If Sakujiro still hasn't
Ja, aber
made up his
warum
mind,
bitte?
those two running into each other won't solve anything. And even worse, there'll be no coming back from it for Sakujiro. We can't let that happen.
Muss ja nicht
Come
unbedingt
with
sein.
me.
Man muss ja
Let's
nicht
track them
immer.
down.
Es muss ja nicht bedeuten, dass jetzt irgendwas Schlimmes passiert. Ich meine, klar, die haben sich gestritten und so, aber es ist doch so viel Zeit vergangen, als ob die immer noch sich gegenseitig hassen, beziehungsweise das Keisuke immer noch Sakujiro so sehr hasst. Kann ich mir gar nicht vorstellen. Aber das sehen wir in der nächsten Folge von Genshin Impact. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß beim Zusehen. In der nächsten Folge ist dann hoffentlich der letzte Teil, der 4. Teil von dem Legendenquest. Und schönen Tag noch. Tschüss.